Okay, great. So here we are. I'm just so people who join new. So I'll just give a brief and then we'll continue. Or else, Anju, can you please try? What are we trying to do and what did we do till now? I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Just explain, please, from the beginning. What did we do? You need to unmute, Anju. Can you please unmute and talk? Let's see.
Oh, hi. My system was hanging, so I wasn't able to unmute
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah. Tell me.
Okay, thank you. So, the okay, so this process we have a website called RPA Challenge that is here. That is where we initialize the process, where we will download the Excel sheet, and we have a few datas that we have to process and upload on the website, and then we have to submit. That's the process. So in initial stage, we will be downloading the Excel sheet and reading the Excel sheet. In the get transaction state, we will um, read each line, and during the process, we will upload each data,
Okay. So,
and then we submit.
Flavia, have you worked earlier with UiPath and all or not?
No, sir. I just done my RPA completion in UiPath site. From there, I get some knowledge, and once I got a interview from places. So from there also I get my one overall thing about RPA UiPath.
Okay. So, do you know why are we using RE framework in each and every project? I clearly mentioned that we'll be using RE framework, right? Why are we using?
Sir, RA framework, I didn't go through this RA framework. This is the first time I'm getting to know this topic.
Okay. So you may need to pick up the pace.
Uh,
Okay. One thing is, in the evening, team members might get connected to
okay,
discuss or to complete projects. So what I suggest you to do is understand the workflow. This will not be too technical, but
okay,
we'll try to work on these things, and then we'll work further on the other process.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Anju. Um, here,
Thank you.
the basic idea is, can you open browser as well?
Bit hang. I'm not sure why.
Okay, okay. Let me do it then. And it's better if you can complete this RP Developer Foundation. Let's copy
Yeah.
this
Okay.
and paste it in the chat. So files. Okay, this is not opening. Okay. Okay. So we are in the fourth day. Not sure why, but there was also the meeting on 10th day as well. Let's see. So convert process to dispatcher and performer is what we are checking, but um, courses to Complete. So this is one, and let's also see the other one. So Flavia, this will be very useful for you if you can complete. Okay, just work with along with us. Process
Yes,
matrix.
sir. I had completed that foundation course.
Yep, and the RP advanced developer.
No, 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 sir.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see RP developer foundation as well. So to understand all the projects, you definitely need to work on these two items. Okay. Okay. Now let's work with our code. Okay, till now whatever we have done is in a single project. Like um, first we are recap. What did we do first? Open browser.
Browser.
Yeah. Then
Then download the Excel. That is to start, and then download the Excel.
okay. Next,
Then read range.
read all the Excel work. Read all the Excel items. Next, what's next?
Okay. Once read, then each transaction is moved to the website.
Okay, each row must be filled. Is it right?
Yes, correct.
Then
That's it.
that's it. At the end, click on submit.
Mm.
So this is the basic thing that we are doing in a single process. Okay. Now, why do you want to do it on a separate process level? Why do you want to divide the current process?
So that if different team members are also following, they will all do it in the same process, so that all are following the same process.
No, not specifically that. Can you tell anything else? Okay. See, now when you execute this code, you need to download the file every time. Is it right?
Yes.
And even though you download the file, multiple bots cannot work on the same data. The Excel that you are using, that will be used only in this machine that you are using.
Okay.
Can a different person use your transactions?
No.
Okay. There is also one more thing that we can do. Used by multiple machines with same data. Okay, so why can't we use multiple machines with same data? Because the data resides only in your machine. Is it right?
Correct.
So others cannot access this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now when we divide this, Okay, having a separate dispatcher and performer process, what we can do, dispatcher can work on a separate machine. Performer can work on a separate machine. Now, what is the role of different performer here? Sorry, dispatcher. What is the role of dispatcher?
To send the data to the orchestrator.
See, it's not only about orchestrator. Um, to create data for others to work.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes what a dispatcher can do is it can read all the emails where um, dispatcher can forward the emails to respective robot machines. There is a global email. For example, if I am a robot, I act as a dispatcher. I want to assign work to you all, whoever joined the program. Now, my dispatcher bot will not create a queue or transactions, but it will send the emails, forward the emails to you depending upon the requirement. Okay. Now we did not bring in orchestrated queue concept here. Is it right?
Right, right.
So the main activity is to assign a work or keep the work at particular place so that others can access and work.
Okay.
Okay. But why are we using orchestrated queues? Because orchestrated queues can be accessed by multiple robots at a single time. Do you want me to tell how? Okay. So let's go ahead and see UiPath robot here. Where is my UiPath robot? UiPath Studio. See, today it will be slow because this is complete new concept and you need to clearly get what are we doing. And also I might be infected with COVID, so my voice is low. Okay, now here let's go ahead and see with the robot. Week 1 RP challenge. Is this what we are working on?
Yes.
Okay, everyone have their access right to their orchestrator. They are logged in. Okay, now let's go ahead and open this in Jupyter workspace. Can we just open this in Chrome? cloud.uipath.com.
It's all hang.
Fine. I think you are not having the access. Let me do it for you then. Okay. See, how can a different person can access? First thing is log into orchestrate admin. Okay. So let's also write notes while we are doing this. Okay. Log into cloud.orchestrate admin panel. Done. Next. Next, what are we going to do? So in this, navigate to admin. Okay. So after navigating it admin, what can we do? Let's see. Okay. accounts and user groups. So Anju already gave access to two members, Anju Sayadarshan and Anju S. Okay, so let's invite a different user here. So can anyone please send their email which they are using for login? Orchestrator.
Ajaykumar.ragala.
Yeah, please type it over chat.
Yeah.
So you have cloud access right now, right?
Yes, Srivadra.
See, if we are asking or giving access, it means that there is a different robot that is getting access to a single tenant. And this is the way how we do in the production environment as well. There is nothing different. Okay. Might be a different, if it is an internal bot, we may need to give it in a different way. But the idea is to give access to a different user. Sorry. Okay, so we are giving automation user access because he need to use it. Okay, and administrator access because he can administrator or administer this particular item or administrator developers. So these are roles. Okay, and these are groups where someone can give access to someone else. Invite. Now Ajay, can you please
Yes.
share your screen? We just need to have one thing. So here, just one second. So orchestrator. Okay.
Shoot. Shall I stop it?
No, no, no. Go ahead. You should get an email to your registered or to the email that I sent.
Yeah.
Now Anju invited you to her organization.
Okay.
Okay. Now, who is the admin for this?
Anju.
Yeah. So in regular environment, who will maintain this?
Anju.
No. In regular environment, in the sense, orchestrator, administrator, or admin team will maintain this.
Okay.
Team. Okay.
Okay. They will check on who should be provided with access, who should not be given what access, all these things. Okay, click on
Okay.
accept invite. So, are you treating yourself as a user or a robot?
User.
It's a robot
Okay.
because we are assigning a robot with a particular access because the credentials belongs to your machine, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, click on the first name, last name. Yep. So can you see the top URL? ANGUIKLNCPZ. There is also a different URL on the top. Second tab.
Right.
Can you open the second tab? Second tab.
Second time.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my order.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
It is
that's expired. Okay.
right. Right.
So this is the new. So if you log in, now you will go
Okay.
to this particular orchestrator URL.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how can we see what Anju have prepared? So this will be the same as any orchestrator. Now two members are having access for this. Can you give me
Okay.
access, please? In the orchestrator. Click start, click exit. So who will have access to what? See, my workspace depends to a single person or robot. Shared is the one that can be accessed by multiple members.
Okay.
Now can you see here that there are users? Three users we have.
Okay.
Okay, and machines also. So what we'll do, we'll go into UiPath Assistant. Open UiPath Assistant. Now we need to log in. So there are different ways how you can create this. But if
Right.
you just hover over this, what is the URL? Is it Anju URL?
Yeah,
No.
it's mine or account.
So can you work now with Anju's orchestrator?
No,
The
I
main
cannot
reason
work.
is this is connected to your orchestrator but not Anju's. So for that, what we
No,
need to do?
sign out.
Yep. Now let's continue. So we are signing in again. Let's go ahead and see what do we have. Let's see here.
Same ratio.
Let's go to preferences.
Settings.
So I think you have given a machine key. That's the reason.
Right.
So let's disconnect this one without machine
Okay.
key. Let's go with URL, orchestrator URL. That
Right.
is, let's try to log in instead of machine key. Let's go with service URL.
Okay.
Click on sign in. So what is the difference between machine key and a login? This is interactive login, right?
Okay.
So do you know the difference or not?
No.
I
So
don't know.
machine key, let's assume that we cannot, if we are using unattended bots, the bot cannot be, see, when we start a bot, it cannot be unassigned, right? It should work continuously.
Right.
Now, if we are using an interactive sign-in, you can also sign in at a different location.
Yeah.
So there will not be static machine if you are using a sign-in, interactive sign-in.
Right.
But if you are using a machine key, the machine key and orchestrator will be bounded with a machine key. There can be only one machine that can be added to a single key, right? You cannot add multiple
Right.
machines. Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, was right.
Yes. So now, since we are working manually, let's go with ascend interactive user sign on so that we can work with whatever Anju. So if Anju have, so by default, how many unattended bot licenses can we have in community version?
Two, I think.
Two, I think.
One
Oh,
unattended and two attended.
Two attended.
okay.
Two developer.
Unattended.
Okay.
Right.
So now we are giving you a developer access, not an unattended robot access.
Okay.
Okay, so if it is unattended, you definitely need to go into machine key and you need to log in
Right.
with machine key. Okay,
Okay.
click on continue. So what I suggest is in the evening, please go ahead and connect together
Okay.
and work together in setting up the machines. Like it's now you have connected with Anju, right? Instead of Anju,
Right.
you can ask someone else. Okay. Now can you see here? You are already provided
No.
with Besant access.
Right.
You are also provided with ABC company, and the third one is Anju organization.
Right.
Now you can log into Anju organization.
Okay.
Open your iPad. Now is it logged in?
Yeah.
This is logged in, right? Can you please hover? As I'm seeing, see it's hovering on top. Let's go with your iPad. So till now, what we have done?
Still it is showing.
So let's go back. So Flavia, since you joined new, you will be given access for this particular Teams channel, and you need to You can access this once you're good with this. Okay, navigate to admin. Okay, I think this I can close it and do it from my end. Okay, let me do it from here. Okay. So navigate to admin. Provide email ID and invite users. Is that what we did?
Yes.
Next, what will happen? Invited user will get an email.
Okay.
Next, what will happen?
Click on invite.
User need to accept
Invitation.
invitation and register into tenant organization. Is that what we did?
Yes.
So after registering into tenant organization, what we did next? Open assistant. Then login using interactive sign-on. Okay.
Okay.
So now are we assigned with a robot or not?
Yes.
We are assigned with a robot, right? So let's go ahead and see what is the robot that we are assigned. Okay, now since we have given access, Anju, can you please share your screen again? See, I'm working on two machines now. These are two developers working simultaneously on a
Right.
single process. Okay. Is this one? Now we have our code, right? So this is our
Yes.
code. Let's go ahead and see into the project. So main file. Okay. Now what does this main file do? RPA challenge. I think there are multiple things. Let's go ahead and run this file. Let's see if it is working or not. Okay. So why did it close? Because you are using a Chrome browser, right? So in the kill process, we kill the bot. So is it working now or not?
Yes, it's working.
Okay. Now, if I publish this process into orchestrator, let's publish this. So it's working from the beginning. Is it right?
Right.
Okay. Let's go ahead and stop this. Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So now how to publish this? See, there are two ways how to publish this particular item. We can are you connected already to orchestrator? Anju? Are you on mute again? Let's unmute. Can you please talk now?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So when we publish this process, the problem that we will see is what is it connected to? Anju18pillai@gmail.com. Is it right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. See, RPA challenge expression must be set before flow switch in the flow chart. So whenever we have such errors, you need to correct them. RPA challenge.xaml. So where is this RPA challenge? So is this are we working with this?
That's something that I have created, I think.
So we need not use it, right?
Yeah, no.
So let's come see ignore from publish. So this will be ignored from publish. It will not be published. Okay. Publish again. Testing activities, verify expression we have. So UiPath automation, UiPath testing activities is what we are missing. Manage packages. Can you add in testing packages also, please? Type in UiPath.testing. Okay. See, there is clear validation error that testing activities are not available. That's the reason we are working with testing activities.
Okay.
Okay, let's place publish now. Okay, so current version, new version is what we are having. Publish. So in the release notes, we will need to update what are we adding new. Okay, resource not found is the error that we have. So let's go ahead and refresh. Let's give out to, I think it should be coming to this. Publish. So can you see that there are folders over here?
Yes.
So these are like environments. Now shared folder can be accessed by multiple people. Week 1, let's publish this. Okay, indicate success. So let's go with the UiPath assistant. Okay. So what can we do? We can just go ahead and log out and see. Sign out. So we don't have the sign in yet. So click on sign in. Click on sign in. Since it is not able to publish, we are just manually publishing that. Okay. Click on sign in.
Not able to select the sign in.
I'll do it for you. So it's asking me where should I sign in. Let's give out quick sign in option. So it will take me to the environment. Open. Okay, let's publish this again. If it is not working, then manually publish.
Okay.
Okay, we are not able to use this. So what we'll do, so a production machine will not be connected to studio to publish.
Okay.
Excuse me. So how to publish code. So how many types of code publishing are there? Directly from studio. Okay, or manually. Upload NuGet package. So what is this NuGet package again? See, we are trying to publish in the orchestrator. So here there is an error because the custom is enabled and we are not giving API key. So
Okay.
if we change this to orchestrated tenant process feed, hit on next. Now this is not asking me an API key, right?
Ah,
Okay, so you can publish it. Let's see. So this was the error.
okay.
While publishing, we did not select orchestrated tenant process feed, shared
Okay.
one. Okay. Now if you see cloud.uipath.com, let's open that. Can you type in? Not able, yeah, enter. Let's go into orchestrator and let's see with the packages. So we uploaded that to shade, right?
Yes, we should.
So in the shade, let's go with, or it will be available in the tenant level. Processes are available at a tenant level, whatever packages that we are uploading.
Okay.
Can you see here?
Ah, yes.
Okay. Now, this, if it should be accessible to others, then it should create a process. So how to run this one? So how to run the bot? Manually update NuGet packet. So first one we did it, right? First one we published it directly from
Ah,
studio. Now
yeah.
let's see how to run it. Run published packages. Now published packages are available at what level?
Okay.
Tenant level. So can you see here? This tenant is accessible by everyone, all the folders. But if you publish it only to the shared folder, others will not be able to access.
Okay.
Okay, so if I create a process in my workspace, can Krishna, not Ajay, Ajay use it or not? If you create it in my workspace,
No,
because this workspace belongs to who?
to me.
Yeah. So if others, okay, let's go ahead and see. Ajay, yeah, Ajay, you also have this my workspace folder, right?
Right, right. Yes, Vajra.
Okay. So let's go ahead and see. See, the package source name is what it's asking. The package source name is not available because we published it to shared.
Sure.
Let's create add process. Now let's go ahead and see week one. Okay. So what is the main entry point over here? What is an entry point?
Entry point means
So entry point in the sense when we start a robot, which file should it start from working?
main.xml.
Yes. So we need to select the main.xml and as an entry point.
Okay.
So this is the package version, right?
Yes,
Right.
1.9.
Okay. Click on next. I think so let's minimize this one. Yeah. So I'm just clicking on next. So what are we doing over here? Can you see there are multiple queues in orchestrator? So the particular folder is having these are the particular row of asset.toString. So these are the assets that are available, assets and queues that are available in your process.
Right.
Okay, config of orchestrator queue name. So this is a queue. Okay, this is missing. So So I think that should be fine. It should not create any issue, but let's see what we can do. Okay, click on next. Process automatically starts. Display name, what is this? RPA challenge. So that is the process name. Create. Okay. Now, so whose environment is it created to?
It's in the
I'm just
shared.
It's in the
shared
shared
environment.
folder, but it's created at your login, right?
Yes.
Published folder. So what exactly are we doing? So after going to published folder, click add process. Then select process name, package name, select entry point, click next. Then what will have? Click next. Process will be available. Process will be available for execution. So is this what we did? First we created a published a package, went into published
Yes.
package folder, click on add process, select a package name, select entry point, hit next, then this is available. Now
Yeah.
this is available in shared folder of Anju's orchestrator, but when we create this will happen. So whenever we create a process, what will happen? That will be available in our assistant.
Assistant.
So Ajay, can you also check whether you have the access for this? Or in the assistant, do you have this?
I'm checking this one. Assistant. Yeah, I got it. RPA challenge.
Yeah. Can you please share your screen so that others can see? Go to assistant. So why Ajay is having access? Why not others? Will others be able to access it or not?
No.
No.
Why?
No. Because I've only shared it currently with Ajay.
Yeah. Moreover, the sharing you gave only permissions to only one
Permissions.
person
Mm.
or
Okay.
access only to one person. So others will not be able to
Yeah.
access, but Ajay can access.
Mm.
So now this is the way how we give access to multiple users in a team.
Okay.
Okay, if it is if we are working on a previous orchestrator, then we may need to go back or fall back with machine key.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so that's how it is. But if we run, can you start the process in install challenge, install RPA challenge, and run the process?
Okay.
The thing that can happen now is both machines can work on a single process.
Okay.
So what's even I can edit the code, right? I mean, from my side.
See,
No.
code editing cannot happen
Okay.
like this. You need to have code access. That's with GitHub.
Okay.
This is only for execution, right?
Right. Only for execution. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's the GitHub, right? Okay. Now I can say that the code will work on the two machines, Anju's machine and my machine, or only one machine. Which is
No, it
I
will
mean,
work on all the machines that are having this access.
okay.
So it killed the Chrome browser. Let's see if it starts. You can also open logs to see it. Wait, don't change. RPA job started. So what it's trying to do is it's trying to install the packages. But see something, there is an issue. Request
Okay.
control. Give me the access. Okay.
Yes, yes.
There is no picture in picture. So let's see with the run a new session. Okay, so we are not able to see the execution results, right? The logs are not getting generated, or at least we are not able to see the execution.
Right.
Now, how can we check why there is an issue? Why it is not starting? Okay, let it continue. Anju, please share your screen. Okay, give me the access. So can you see jobs over here?
Yes.
So from Ajay machine host, it started RPA challenge and it completed, attended job. Okay, but it's successful. So is this the correct
Shows.
execution that we expected?
No.
No, right? So see here, RPA challenge execution started. System exception, operator returned invalid status code. Status not found. So see, with respect to logs, we are able to find that this is where there is an issue.
Okay.
System activities.
Yeah. So which level trace? So let's go ahead and give out something at a trace level. So how can I change for a particular machine? How can I change the log level? See, we are able to see only info messages, right?
Correct.
Like this started, this ended. Okay, but how can we change that? In the settings, I guess, go to machines. So machines in the folder, Ajay Kumar Ragala's machine. So let's cancel tenant level machines. Okay, then let's go with this edit machine. Okay, let's see if there is any place where we can update with the logs. Mm, okay, let's run it in this machine or this browser. Let's see. Here there will be one option to enable settings. So let's go ahead, preferences. Group by folder. So this will group by folder. We have
Okay.
multiple groups, right? Folder groups. If you
Yes.
enable this one, this will be grouped by folder or status settings. So here the log level is information. Let's add it to verbose. What verbose will do, it will also give us detail about excuse me, ascend started, ascend ended, click started, click ended, that we see normally in the studio.
Mm.
So if this is not working even in here, then there is a code issue. Sorry. So started processing. So I think this will also close and it will not stop. So let's open it in Edge browser so that it will not be closed. We are using Chrome to do the activity. but now we are using Edge to see the orchestrator. Orchestrator. So where should we see with the logs? Go to automations.
Logs.
Okay, jobs. So where did we execute this one?
Yeah, that's the
Anju's, right?
yeah.
Now let's see with the logs. Do you see the difference between logs in previous one and this one? How many logs are generated when we add info into the log?
Only few.
So only these will be generated.
Yeah.
Starting ending. That is
Exactly.
the
Like
main.
whatever the log messages that you write, log with info. So that is the level. Now when you change this to trace, you will get all the information. Okay. So export. So this is how we debug our process. We'll check with the logs and see, because we return these logs, right? We know where
Mm.
each log is available.
Mm.
So how did it start? It started with RPA execution started. Okay. Assign initialization happening. Out config initialization closed. Let's see if there is any error. The trace, because if there is any error, that will be under warning. See here.
Yes. Okay.
And before that, there is a different item. So what is this? Attach browser, Chrome execution. Attach browser failed. So what is happening? It is not able to.
Not able to catch the browser.
Yes. So can you get these values? So how can we find it further? How can we see details further? See, this is faulted, right? We are able to see that there is faulted error. Now, is this the one? Attached browser is the one that's faulted, right?
Right.
Bulk add queue items is also faulted.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, first let's see why it's faulted with bulk add queue items.
Mm.
If you go back and hit on main, where do we have bulk add queue items?
Initialization.
Initialization.
Exactly. In the
Yeah.
initialization.
Mm. Yes.
So, what is bulk add? Orchestrator queue name is the bulk add.
Mm.
Now, see, this is the error. So, what is the value that it's getting? Config of orchestrator queue name. Is it right?
Mm.
Yes. Let's see with
Data.
Config.
framework. Yeah, data. So, where are we getting the information from? Config, right?
Config.
Flavia,
Okay.
just try to understand the process, how we are debugging. Well, you need to work on still,
Mm.
but you will be able to get it within a week. So, what is this process ABCQ? So, is this the one?
Cross.
Is this the queue that we require?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the
Now, that is available in which workspace?
My works.
my workspace, I think. Okay.
Process ABCQ, right? Now,
Mm.
two things we can do. We can create add queue, or you can link it from other folder.
Ah, okay.
I'll just link it from other folder so that I can access it.
Mm. Okay.
Yep. So link we are giving. Now let's try to execute this bot. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we debugging? So this is
Yes.
kind of integration testing that we are going to do.
Okay.
So once we create the process, so that should be executing. If it is not executing, then there is some errors. Okay, so that's the reason. Let's go ahead and start the process. Now, do we have the job or queue available or not?
Yeah, it's a,
Is it working now?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so let's stop the bot. Excuse me. Now let's go with Ajay.
Yes, Azra.
Just share your screen. So, by the way,
Okay.
this is getting executed. So
Shall I see?
now while this is getting executed, now
Okay.
if Ajay starts the process again, will new items be added into the queue or not?
It will add.
Okay. Why will it add?
No.
Again, I'm running the process, right?
Exactly. Now, when you have dispatcher code or adding the items to queue, code in a single
Yeah.
process, now even after 10 items, this will continue to execute
Yeah. And the
because
11th item. It will add.
because the code is to complete all the items. We did not write a code to stop after 10 items, right?
Right.
So whatever the code is, we are trying to execute it every machine. Now see, 2 out of 70 fields, success rate is only 2%. That's fine. But if we go back and see in this particular machine, view queues, view transactions. So some new items are also added. Some previous items are also added. Why did it stop and start?
It is adding the new items, I think. It's processing the new items.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's processing new items, but after 10 items it should complete, right? Why did it continue?
Right.
Next. Because
Which
there are
has more.
already some previous items in this queue,
Yeah.
so first it executed in those items. Now, after fifth one, this will stop. Why? Why did it stop after 5 items?
Not sure.
Okay, see clearly or observe properly. So every time we execute, sorry. So every time we execute, how many items gets added?
10 items.
10 new items will be added. Is it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there are already few items while we execute it prior to this.
Okay.
So those items are continued and we are able to add all these items. So when we trigger it for the second time, new items also will be added, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay, just understand the process. Every time this is executing, we are running on it. But browser is not, or the program itself is not correct.
Okay.
Every time the activity that it is trying to do is, it is just trying to add items into a particular website. It is not considering whether it is successful or failure. that we as a developer need to work on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Understand.
Now at the same time, let's also trigger this process. Ajay, can you also trigger it? Okay, do one thing. Um,
Yeah.
you trigger it from here, Anju, and we'll start also a trigger from Ajay's machine.
Okay.
So trigger it at the same time when I say.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm the UiPath assistant.
Yeah, correct. So whose machine are we seeing it now?
Mine.
Okay, you stop the screen share.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, you can open UiPath Assistant and start.
Shall we click?
Okay, just quick recap. How many machines or how many developers are we working on currently?
2 developers.
Okay, so are we using same resources or different resources?
Same resources.
So what are the same resources that we are using?
Uh, UiPath assistant and
UiPath as assistant is different, but orchestrator queue is same and the process is same.
right.
Okay, yep, let's go.
Shall I?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Click on the run.
What happened, Ajay? We are not able to see the screen yet.
Okay. I did not share the screen, but I'm running from my side. Okay. Sharing. Yeah, it's opening the screen.
Now, can we also trigger it from Anju's machine? Anju, you to trigger it, please.
Okay.
Did you trigger it?
Yes. It shows success rate 40%, 28 out of 70 fields filled.
Okay. Let's also see how many items it is executing. See, it's executing more than 10 items in Ajay's machine as well.
Yeah.
Because while you created the items, who also created items to work on along with you?
Ajay or Ajay.
So, while you created items, we also have Anju creating the items.
Right.
So, bot is picking up one item irrespective of whether it's just making a request, right? Okay, give me one item. If the item is available, it's executing. If the item is not available, it's closing the process.
Okay.
It is not checking whose machine is it added or from whose machine is it getting added and who is the responsible person for it.
Right.
Now, is this an issue or not?
Yes, it's an issue.
Okay, so now what we can do is let's take 5 more minutes and let's go. Anju, please share your screen and then we'll close this.
Okay.
Give me the access. Okay, got it. Now, what if we click on add start button if we add this to, if we move this away, okay, and update this to read Excel. So open the browser.
Yes.
And so let's treat, okay, let's have it in the same way. File, new document, let's save. So let's build a document. So dispatcher, so let's go ahead and give a insert swim lane. Let's give out 2 swim lanes, vertical. So how many swim lanes are we using? We are using 2 swim lanes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have it as this process is completely separate from this process.
Okay.
So this is dispatcher process. Okay, and this is performer. So what is dispatcher activity? So when we start, it should ideally be 2 different process. Okay, let's do one thing. So let's have performer separately altogether. Okay, dispatcher we have. So what's having in dispatcher? What we have it in dispatcher? Open browser. Okay, then after opening the browser, what we need to do? We need to download Excel.
Yes.
Now after downloading the Excel, what else do we need to do? Read range.
Read the Excel. Yeah.
Read.
Read range. Okay, so after downloading the Excel, there is also one more thing that we can do. We can close the browser if it is downloaded already, or you can close it at the end. Okay, now reading the range, add bulk items to queue, add items to queue. Okay, then after adding items to queue, what we need to do? So
Close
other
the
than
browser.
this, do we need to have any other activity with the dispatcher process?
No.
Now see, this is a single process that is executing only in one machine.
Right.
Okay, now let's also add a performer. Okay, where should we save it? Home, file, save as. So here we have dispatcher. So let's copy this and paste this because we have all the code in here, right?
Yeah.
So challenge process flow. So this is performer.
Discuss or
Okay, just cancel. So that I have copied the previous code, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I haven't saved this yet, so save as.
Dispatcher.
Now this becomes a performer instead of dispatcher. This becomes a performer instead of performer. This is dispatcher. Okay, now this become a dispatcher process. Closing task capture. I'm sorry, where is this particular machine? So how many we have now? We have this as a complete process now. This is a performer and this is a dispatcher, right?
Right.
So in performer, there are few things that we need to do. Close. So do we need to download Excel file here?
No.
Can we delete
No.
it from here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we delete read range?
Yes.
Now let's see the process. Opening a browser. If browser is open successfully, click on start button. Instead of next row as available, we will give next transaction available,
Mm.
or next mail available, or next row available, whatever it is. we need to see the next transaction. We need to take it as a transaction.
Okay.
Okay. So if next transaction is available, then we are already getting the process.
Yeah.
So this becomes like this. So first we will get an item. Okay. So okay, this becomes like this. After clicking on start button, so this will become it to initialize state. Clicking on start button will be in initialization, but instead of getting row process, we'll get, what do we get?
Get transaction
Transaction
item.
item to process. Okay, if the transaction item is available, see this. So this becomes a click to this one. Okay, sorry. Okay, now what's happening? So from here, so after we get a transaction item is to process, we are checking if the transaction item is available or not. Do you want to see where we did it? In this RE framework, see in the main, what are, after getting transaction data, what is it doing? What is this?
Checking for the new transaction.
So it's checking if the transaction item, there is some data in transaction item. It's not nothing, it's not empty.
Yeah.
Okay, then after getting a transaction item, it is check, it will continue to process. If it is not available, then in what it will do?
Go to the end process.
It will go to end process, right? So here also, you open browser is successful, getting transaction item. If transaction item is available, then what is it doing?
Go to the process state.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give it out here. So now see the process. So what is the first thing that is doing? Getting a new transaction item, right?
Right.
Adding all the 7 items, then it will click on submit.
Yes.
Then what it will do? It will request for a new transaction item again.
Yes.
So after completion of one item, it is just asking for a new transaction item again. So if the transaction item is available, process it. If it is not available, what it will do?
Go to the end process.
See here. Now, can you understand this process? Clicking on submit. After clicking on submit, what it is doing?
Check for the next transaction item.
Exactly. It is checking with the next transaction item. If the transaction is available, so next transaction item is available, not available, or nothing. And this is not nothing, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Delete. So we are having it from here to here. Can you please type into? I think I'm not able to do that. I will stop the control Yeah, can you please click on type into and change the value to not nothing? Edit. Double click on it and it will edit. Okay, if it is not, if you are not able to do it, leave it. So if we have a value, then we are working on it. If we don't have a value, then we are creating a report and closing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now see, do we have dispatcher process here? So when you are creating a process, or when Ajay is running this process, will he be able to add the items to queue?
No, I cannot.
No,
Because
cannot.
we separated our code from dispatcher to performer.
Right.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, can you please add these values? Sorry, file. Okay, export it as performer and add it to document. Image. Yeah. So this is a performer. Okay. See how we started with our process initially, then how we are making changes to that.
Right.
So here this is a dispatcher process now. So what one might think is if we just create that workflow, then it will be completed. But there should be a lot of understanding and analysis while we are creating flows. We need to think on all the different scenarios. Can you please export it as well? Export it as a dispatcher. Okay, done. Now please add these images into sorry our teams. So teams, right? Okay. So can you understand the process for today? We opened a browser, downloaded Excel and all. So this is a performer flow and this is a separate dispatcher flow and this is separate performer flow. Okay. So this one I will cut this one. So this is completely dispatcher item, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now this belongs to how to give access to other robots. Done. Can you please add the image over here? Just drag and drop would work. Insert also will work. Insert picture from this device. Where is it?
Documents.
Okay. So team 6, week 1,
Documentation.
So dispatcher we need,
Dispatcher.
and after that
And also performer.
Insert. Okay. Insert picture.
Documents.
Yeah. There is also one more thing I think I can do. Where is this?
Yeah. So that. Yeah.
So this is a performer. Sorry, dispatcher and performer. Is this correct? Performer?
Yeah. Dispatcher, performer.
Now we have separate performer and dispatcher process. Okay.
Yes.
So tomorrow we'll write code or divide the code accordingly, and then we will see.
Hmm.
Okay. A quick
Okay.
feedback would help. So someone who joined in new Flavia, were you able to understand?
Yes, sir. But I missed some classes now, so there is no continuation.
Okay.
So that I feel some difficulty in that.
Okay. So what we can do next 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Anju, please explain process difference between process. This one. Okay. This is working without orchestrator, and this is
Yes.
working with orchestrator. Okay. So let's go ahead and give the names. So this is one. So this is two. This is three. So this is four.
2.1.
This is five. Okay. Can you go through each open all and say how we did we progress from this to this?
Okay.
Quick recap.
So, so initially when we started, our process was to open the browser, then to download the Excel sheet, then we read and we start the process. Process is that we will upload whatever data we have downloaded from the Excel to the website and submit. So, and then that is the end of the process. So this is just a the skeletal framework that we had created on the initial day, on day one. After that, since when we initialized for all the team members to work, it's like it will be different for each person will do it in a different way. So to streamline the process, on day two, we had divided into different steps whereby we will initialize the process. In the initialization of the process, the website is open, and from there we downloaded
Anju,
the.
just a second. Open the first image as well next to it, so
Okay.
that we can understand. Yeah, just have it side by side. Right click on it and right click at the bottom. Just a second. Can you take it to the right, please? I cannot stop it somehow. Yeah. Great. Yeah, that's already open, I guess.
It's not opening together. How do you?
Yeah, just click on it.
Okay.
Yeah, now see.
So this was just a skeletal diagram. From there, we moved it to defining it into 4 steps. That is initialization, get transaction, process, and end process. So from here, we had decided that the process is that we will browser is open, so the website is open. From there, we download the file, that is the Excel file, and we read the Excel and we start that we divided into initialization. Then from there, each data is fetched in rows. From there, during the process, data is uploaded and then we submit. So when we initialize the process, if the browser is if we are not able to open up the browser, it will go to the close process. That is, we are streamlining the process in the day 2. Are you able to get it?
Others should answer. Ajay, Krishna.
Yes, Sanju.
Great.
Okay. Then on the next time, what we did was
Not doing that.
so it is almost the same thing. The only thing is that we moved this template to RE framework. So we use orchestrator queues to define the same process. So if you will see, there is no change. It's the same thing. The only thing is that we have moved it to the orchestrator. Then today we have defined that we will segregate the process into dispatcher and performer. I hope it's you are able to understand, Felicia.
Yes, Sanju.
So is it done?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. I hope this today's training is different from the previous ones. Okay, because we are able to add robots, give orchestrator access to multiple people, and we are able to execute single process at multiple machines. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. I'll upload this in the YouTube, and you'll be able to access it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the
So,
best.